Welcome to the Workamper Show, brought to you by Workamper.com. This podcast helps you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. Each one of our episodes will introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to work camping opportunities all around the U.S. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
This week, we are heading to the Pacific Northwest to speak with the founder of a large animal rescue in Oregon. Today's episode is sponsored by Workamper News. Much more than just a job listing website, when you put the tools of this professional service into action, you'll find out just how easy it can be to turn your work camping dreams into reality. A Workamper membership opens the door to a one-stop shop for all things work camping. Being the original resource for work camping, you'll find the largest number of job listings, be able to connect with a community of work campers, and view resources compiled by experts who've been enjoying the RV lifestyle for many years. If you're serious about leading a successful and enjoyable work camping lifestyle, then membership is for you. Join today at www.workamper.com. Embark on new adventures today with the support of Workamper News behind you. Larry Boxman is the founder of On Golden Rescue. It is a remarkable sanctuary dedicated to caring for aging horses, donkeys, mules, goats, and other large domestic animals. Nestled on 105 acres in the Oregon wilderness, On Golden Rescue provides these animals with a safe and loving forever home. Larry recently launched a work camping program to bring in compassionate people who want to help care for these animals while enjoying the tranquility of a remote, scenic location. He talks about his lifelong passion for animal rescue and describes the type of work campers he's looking for at On Golden Rescue. This opportunity would be a great fit for someone who loves animals and would like to work in a peaceful, natural, outdoor setting. To tell us more about this opportunity, please welcome Larry Boxman, the founder of On Golden Rescue, to the show. Thanks for joining me today, Larry. I really appreciate the time. I understand you're new to hiring work campers, so let's tell everybody a little bit about what On Golden Rescue is all about and how it came about.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate being on. Appreciate the podcast. This is a great opportunity. Yeah, we are an animal sanctuary located on 105 acres, and we specialize in horses and donkeys and mules and goats that are older. Many of them have medical complications, and we're a permanent sanctuary for them. So we adopt them, we rehabilitate them, and they live out the rest of their lives on the property. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, so we're totally dependent upon the generosity of our supporters with donations and volunteers. And we're growing. We've been around about 3 years now. The sanctuary really has taken off. There's a tremendous need out there for these animals, and that be able to give them the proper care that they need. And so we actually had somebody who's been involved with Workampers come and do a tour of our sanctuary, and she thought we would be a great site for campers. And at the time, we didn't have the facilities for, we didn't have the space because we were just functioning on 14 acres. But I've always kept that in the back of my mind that, boy, Workampers would be a great opportunity. And so when we acquired the additional property, we put into that business plan a Workampers site. And now we just posted the ad last week, and we are in the process of finishing up basically the RV site for Workampers.
What prompted you to start On Golden Rescue?
When I was 12 years old, so this is almost 50 years ago, but when I was 12 years old, I was actually on a backpacking trip in the Appalachian Mountains. And I remember just sleeping under the stars, and I guess it's going to sound kind of corny, but I'm wondering, what am I going to do with my life? And I just felt this overwhelming sense, almost like a voice, but something that kind of spoke to my mind and said, you're meant to save animals. You're meant to help animals. And it's always stuck with me. And then life happens, and join the military and work and whatnot, but it's always stuck with me. And so when I finally had the need to be able to start a sanctuary, because it does take quite a bit of money to start, even as a nonprofit, we finally kicked it off, my wife and I, and we started small, but we got support quickly. And we just again started with 14 acres, and that footprint is completely consumed with animals now. And so it's just been an extremely rewarding experience being able to help these animals. I spent most of my career helping people as a paramedic and firefighter and running basically ambulance services. And now at this stage of my life to be able to help animals, especially animals that otherwise may not have any other options. It's just extremely rewarding to spend some time with these animals and just a little state of stillness, just a little bit of quiet, and you sense their energy and it changes your life. It totally relaxes you, it brings you back to center and really helps you focus on what the most important things are in life. And these animals just are incredible.
I love that. You had mentioned that you're rehabilitating the animals. So if you're bringing in like an injured animal and rehabilitating it, would you adopt it out to somebody else again?
We actually don't adopt out. So even though we're ongoing rescue, because we do rescue animals, we're a sanctuary. And there are some sanctuaries that are called rescues. So a rescue actually does bring animals in, they rehabilitate them and they adopt them out. These animals stay with us as a permanent home, and that's what a sanctuary is. So we don't adopt them out, which is it serves a purpose. And the purpose is many people that we've gotten animals from are older and they themselves have health problems, but they've had these animals for many years and are very attached to them. And they just want to make sure that they're not going to float from place to place and maybe even end up at an auction or worse.
Mm-hmm.
And so they seek us out because we do a permanent residency.
Okay.
And so for these animals, oftentimes they're older, so they may have various diseases like Cushing's or laminitis or various ailments that affect older horses, and we stabilize them. And then it requires quite a bit of medication and special diets and exercise programs, which is governed by a veterinarian that's on our board of directors. And so because the care is so specialized, they really do need to stay in that particular environment.
Okay.
So that's why we are a permanent sanctuary.
That's got to be expensive, though, because you think a horse consumes just a bit more than a dog every day.
Yes. It costs us about $7,900 a year per horse.
Wow.
And that includes feed, which we do. We feed high-end food, hay, supplements, medications, hoof care, which is the furrier, veterinarian care, keep floats, exercise.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a bit. It is very expensive for these animals. So again, that's why donations has been, fortunately, we've been successful and we still have a ways to go. But we've been able to, currently we have 23 animals that are in the sanctuary. And this past year alone, we were able to save 12 animals. It's expensive, but it's worth it.
That's wonderful. What kind of jobs are you hoping the Workampers can do for you?
We need help with grooming the horses, exercising the horses, general cleaning, like cleaning the stalls, we call that mucking, cleaning water buckets. And so it's just general maintenance of that nature and care. It's always nice to have people that have experience, but if someone doesn't have the experience, we're able to teach that. These are animals, and so safety is, of course, a big deal. So we're a very safe organization, and we only let people around the animals once we determine that relationship has been built. And sometimes people that have not been around horses, and may take a little bit longer because sometimes they get nervous. Horses pick up on nervous energy. So we do all kinds of training to make sure that anybody that's going to be around the horses, providing with their needs, is well prepared in a very safe manner.
That will be a big draw for the job, to have people who love horses to be able to actually have contact with horses.
Yes, and these animals love people. They love the interaction. Currently, we have 5 standard horses, 7 mini horses, 6 mini donkeys, and 5 goats. And now we're finishing the infrastructure to continue to expand that now that we have the properties. There will definitely be plenty of animals for people to bond with and to help thrive.
Is this a seasonal or year-round job?
We're looking for year-round. Long-term, it would be great. Obviously, we have the animals year-round, so it is year-round. Our location is rather remote, which is great. It's very quiet. It's on, the whole property is 105 acres, and it is separated basically by a very private gravel road that fed in. So 75 acres on one side and 30 acres on the other. So the Workampers site is actually on 30 acres. And there's a house on that side as well that the animal care manager resides in. And that's it. It's a wide open space. And so it's very, very quiet, lots of elk and deer and other wildlife all around. Yeah, it's definitely not a park.
Okay. A year-round job, though, in Oregon, that might mean that work campers encounter some snowy weather. Is that correct?
That's correct, and that's why this site have a canopy so that the RV is protected, and of course, internet's included, and of course, power and septic and water, all the facilities.
Okay. How many hours a week are you expecting the work campers to put in?
So he said about 15 to 20 hours. It'd be nice if we had a couple, although I would say no to a single person as well. But yeah, so I think 15 to 20 hours, it depends. When we get into wintertime, it takes a little bit more work with the animals as we deal with some of the rain and the snow and the colder weather because we have winter weather operations. And then in the summertime, it takes less time. So it depends on the season. So that's why we spread it out and say 15 to 20 hours.
And none of these are paid positions, correct?
So this is not a paid position, although there's other opportunities with general maintenance of the properties and fences and things of that nature that could result in some pay for the right person. But because we're a nonprofit, we're not making a profit at all. And we do have other volunteers to help keep the rescue going. And so this position is not a paid position.
Okay. But still, the ability to have a full hookup RV site in Northwest Oregon for months at a time is a big benefit.
Yes, and that's why we want to make sure that it's a very comfortable site because we would like to have somebody or a couple long term, and we just want to make sure that it meets their needs.
You had mentioned couples. Are solos invited to apply as well? Or what about families with children?
Yes, couples, single individuals, families as well, not a problem. Dogs, we've had an inquiry where somebody asked if dogs were welcome. And dogs are welcome as long as they are friendly because there's other golden retrievers on the property and of course with the animals. As long as it's not a prey-driven dog, go after cats or horses or whatnot. So dogs are also welcome.
Okay, good to note. The RV site, what kind of amperage power do you include with that?
So it's already installed at the 50 amp.
30 to 50? Okay, very good. What about Wi-Fi? Is that available?
Yes, internet through Spectrum is part of the site.
Okay. How many work campers are you looking to bring on? Is it just one or two at a time?
So right now we're just looking for one couple or family. So again, we're brand new. So we really have high hopes this works. And if it does, then we would develop another site. So at this point, it's just one with hope as we expand that we can bring on other work campers.
Are there specific traits or qualifications you're looking for among the work campers?
This is a physical job, lifting the water buckets. A 5-gallon water bucket can weigh 40 pounds. So we're looking at someone that's comfortable lifting 40 to 50 pounds because feed bags weigh about 50 pounds. And there's quite a bit of walking around. So being able, if someone is knowledge of horses certainly is a plus, but again, we can certainly teach that. So I have to say, really, the passion for animals is probably the number one trait that we need. It's that passion for animals and and people that are strong, that have compassionate hearts and strong legs. Usually other people, you have other volunteers and other people working with the rescue. If there is a task that involves lifting help, we do have that available with tractors. We try to do as much of the work as we can in a smart way so that nobody gets injured, but still strength and stamina is an important part of this position.
What's involved in the interview and hiring process?
So we would have an initial phone interview just so that we can learn more about the applicant and they can learn more about Golden Rescue. And then we would do a Zoom interview, which would include myself, probably my wife, and maybe the animal care manager and possibly one of our board members. And that basically would be the interview process.
How long does it take to get through or for you to make a hiring decision?
Actually, pretty quick. Once we have the rate, I would say probably within 2 to 3 weeks, we can make a decision. It's just arranging schedules. We are, as a nonprofit, we're governed by a board of directors and we're pretty involved. And as I'm the executive director and the founder, but I always like to include at least one board member in very important decisions like this. So a lot depends on their schedule. and aligning it with the applicant schedules. It'll be pretty fast based on schedule availability.
Is there something a work camper could do to really stand out if they wanted to come up there and work for you?
I think basically letting us know that they're interested in knowing about this area. That they're interested. Passion for animals is obviously a big thing. And then also that they understand the area that we're in, because this is a remote area. And so quiet is definitely something that some people love, the quiet, and other people want more of the social interaction. And in that social interaction, you have to drive a little bit to get that. So basically to stand out would be someone that really understands that, hey, wow, this is a remote area. And that's what we're passionate about. And ultimately, we're really passionate about supporting the mission of OGR. So that's the most important thing. So those two things, because I wouldn't want somebody to come in and go, oh, this is great, and I love the animals, but we're social interaction because we can't reproduce that. We do have other volunteers and staff members, but other entities needing like a restaurant, for example, closest restaurant is about a half hour away. So it's a half hour drive to get to a restaurant. So people just understanding that this is a remote location, which for some people, they would love it, and other people may not, and just know what they're getting into ahead of time.
Work campers typically identify remote locations by how far they are from the nearest Walmart. How far would that be?
Oh, Walmart. There's not many Walmarts around, but the Walmart, let's see, Forest Grove, Walmart, about an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe an hour, to get to that Walmart. But just to give an idea of where we're at. And in the Pacific Northwest, in the coastal range, we're about 50 minutes away from Astoria and Seaside, over on the Oregon coast, which has a lot of great restaurants, and it's a tourist area. And it's very nice. The Oregon coast is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And we're less than an hour from there. And then we're about an hour and 20 minutes from Portland. And of course, Portland has anything you could ever want. And then there's other smaller towns. There's what we call Vernonia and Clatskanie, which is both of them are about 30 minutes away. And both of them have restaurants and supermarkets and things of that nature. So the shortest drive to get to a restaurant or a supermarket is about 30 minutes.
What big city are you nearest?
Big city would be Portland.
Okay.
But like I said, a lot of people are drawn to this area because of Astoria and Seaside and Cannon Beach, which are just beautiful coastal towns. And I know a lot of people who live in our area end up going more to Astoria for shopping, whether it be a Home Depot or a Costco or a Safeway or Fred Meyer, as opposed to going to Portland because it's such a beautiful environment.
Good point. Fred Meyer is close to Walmart anyway. It has everything you'd probably need, just like Walmart would. That part of the country is very beautiful. What are some of the things that people like to do when they visit that area?
People love being outdoors. People love the hiking. They like going kayaking. There's so many things to see here, from going to Mount St. Helens in Washington to Multnomah Falls, just on the east side of Portland. There's Hood. So there's just so much. There's skiing, cross-country skiing. And it's just, again, hiking is probably one of the biggest things, backpacking, that a lot of people are getting to because it's so beautiful out here. And it's really anything outdoors and anything nature-oriented. A lot of wildlife photography, a lot of birding, a lot of just sitting and being in nature occurs. And we're right in the middle of all of it. So it's all right here. You can walk outside of your RV and take a hike and take different trails. And you can do that every single day because there's so much hiking all around us. A lot of it is right on our own property. A lot of the property is wooded. And then it takes off right into other wooded property that's basically part of the state forest lands. There's just so much to see and do just straight right from the sanctuary. And then driving wise, you can go into town if you want to, in Portland, either movies or bowling or anything social that you might want to do. And that's even closer than Portland. Half the Hillsborough is a little bit closer, that has all of that as well.
Okay.
So anything that anybody would want to do is here.
Tillamook is in that area too, right? So if people like ice cream, they can go to the factory where it's made.
Absolutely. Tillamook is very close by as well. It's again, along the Oregon coast. And it's easy to get to. It's an easy drive. And our Tillamook cheese factory is a great place to visit. We go there probably once every other year. We live less than an hour away. So we love it. And again, there's just so much, especially just all up and down the Oregon coast. There's so much to see.
Where can people get more information about this opportunity?
The first thing is our website. So it's on goldenrescue.org, O-R-G. So there's a lot on our website just about the sanctuary and about this position is, I would say, contact me directly, Larry, at ongoldenrescue.org. And I'd be happy to give my phone number and talk to anybody anytime. And my number is 503-936-4396.
Sounds like a great opportunity for somebody who loves being around large animals, especially horses, to nurture them and to care for them and give them the love that they need as they live out the final years of their life in a sanctuary. I applaud you for putting this together. I think it's a great organization and nice to know that they're around there to help these animals.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We just appreciate the partnership with Workampers. I think this is a great organization. Obviously, when we were first contacted and said, hey, you guys with Workampers, we did a lot of research, and Workampers is such a professional group of people that we just feel honored to be partnered.
Excellent. Thank you again. I'd like to thank Larry Boxman, the founder of On Golden Rescue, for coming on today's show to talk about work camping at his large animal rescue in Oregon. Work camping at On Golden Rescue isn't just a job, it's an opportunity to make a meaningful difference in the lives of animals who might not otherwise have anywhere else to go. The animals have generally been rescued, are being rehabilitated, or have retired. Located in a remote yet beautiful part of Oregon, about an hour from Portland and the Pacific Coast, this sanctuary offers work campers an opportunity to care for animals while living in a free, full hookup RV site surrounded by nature. The role involves hands-on work, including grooming and exercising the animals, cleaning stalls, and maintaining water and feeding stations. While prior experience with horses is helpful, it is not required. Larry and his team are happy to train passionate individuals who have a heart for animal care. Work campers should be physically capable of lifting feed bags and water buckets, as well as be comfortable working in a quiet, rural environment. The jobs are volunteer, but work campers are only expected to donate 15 to 20 hours a week in exchange for the free full hookup RV site. Because On Golden Rescue is open year-round, Larry is ideally looking for people who would like to make a commitment longer than a month or two. Beyond the work itself, On Golden Rescue offers an opportunity to connect with nature, witness the resilience of rescued animals, and contribute to a mission-driven nonprofit that relies on volunteers and donors for support. To learn more and apply, visit www.ongoldenrescue.org or reach out to Larry directly at larry@ongoldenrescue.org. Today's episode was sponsored by Workamper News. Wouldn't it be nice if work camping job listings for your ideal location just appeared in your email inbox? They can when you're a member of Workamper News. Join today to start using the best toolkit for finding your next work camping gig. When you turn on job alert emails, members can select to receive help wanted ads for just one state or all the states they want to be in. Each email contains the full text ad, so there's no need to have to click a link, go to a website, then hunt around to find the ad to see if the job is even of interest to you. The job finding process is easier with Workamper News, so join today at www.workamper.com. That's all for this week's show. Next time I'll be speaking with a woman who operates an RV park and motel near Denali National Park in Alaska. If you're looking for a wilderness adventure with some modern amenities, this will be a great job for you. I'll have more details on the next episode of The Workamper Show. Thank you for listening, and if you like these interviews, please consider leaving a review wherever you download the episodes.